Well, welcome everybody to the Master Heart family, our spiritual family it's a place where we can get together and just share all the good news. There's nothing but good news when we look for good news, then good news happens, and everything actually is good, the wanted, if you will. It's just sometimes difficult for us to understand that or see that with our smaller self. And so we always start out, and you're going to love this session together. We're going to hear from Archangel Michael, and we're going to get into some things to help you focus more on to raise your vibration, to help you to attract more of what you want and more walk with God. And so it's going to be a fantastic, magical time together. And so we always start out with who has some good news to share, who has some miracles going on that we all actually do, but who wants to share?
Where do I start?
Okay.
Dr. Hank, I don't know exactly where to start. I can't speak for her, but I've been listening to you for about a month now. For years and years, I've done a lot of different real estate training and seminars and how to do it, the next magic bullet, so to speak. And they all have kind of a baseline of mindset. And congratulations on being the only one to give us any kind of clue of how to change our mindset. It's as easy as flipping a switch. It's easier, in fact. I tell you, it's always been here for me, but I didn't know how to use it, and so we've seen things here in the last month, and for me, the fruit kind of started immediately, I can't really thank you enough. And if anybody's listening, that this is it right here. And I really appreciate you, Dr. Hank, and what you've done for me and my family.
Well, thank you so much. And that just brings God bumps all over all of us, and just your love and just the way that, you have shared the good news. That actually Nathan and Cheryl on how they found us. It's the Master Heart family is who they found. They found us. And we're the connected ones, and we're these, we're not just ripples, that we're, these ocean waves that are going because of the way that we can help people, uplift others. And I got a call about a week ago, and it was the name on it. It wasn't connected with me, but my phone was guessing who it was, and it said Cheryl Angel on it. And right away I went, well, hell, I got to answer this for the last name's Angel. And now the angels are calling me via phone, And so sure enough, it was Cheryl, and Cheryl shared with me that she found us on Spotify. I didn't really even know we were on Spotify or wouldn't know how to do it. And she shared with me about Nathan. And Nathan, thank you for your service. You were in Desert Storm.
That's correct.
Yeah, and thank you. And the doctors told you had all kinds of crap, PTSD and whatever, and they called them a bunch of things. And you just decided that you don't have to believe them anymore.
No, and the way it happened was when our youngest child was 19 and a half years old, our baby was born.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so I I had bought into the, I'm a permanent and totally disabled veteran. Um, and, why fool with working? I was successful before, but why fool with it if I wasn't expected to? Well, when Jack came into the world, it kind of, not kind of, it changed everything in a big way. And not knowing what I was doing, and now I know what I was doing, but not knowing what I was doing at the time was I had to focus on what I wanted. And I did focus on what I wanted, and I was able to. One of the things I focused on was getting gastric bypass surgery. I weighed almost 400 pounds,
Wow.
and I tried and tried for years, and the system at the VA, it just wouldn't allow for it to happen. And when I started, thinking about it, I tried to put it out of my mind because I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I had to find a way to get it done. Couldn't really pay for it. We were on fixed income, of course, and next thing you know, it's done. And I lost the weight. I started getting healthy physically and mentally and emotionally because of the forced changes. All along, what I didn't realize is they didn't have to be forced at all. I could have consciously chose them, and I appreciate you pointing that out.
Yeah, well, just beautiful, Nathan. And so, Nathan, again, is just for a month and now understands how easy this is. And it all starts with our thoughts. And we don't have to believe the thoughts that we have. And most of those thoughts, 80% of those thoughts are committee members. The shame and the blame and the guilt and the fear and play small and, whatever. And we don't have to listen to that anymore. The war's over, the battle's over, that the only battle is in our head. And as we rise up, and that's what we're doing, as we're rising up. And so we just, thank you, Nathan, for, just lifting all of us up and knowing that, you're free now to make the decisions that you want. Fear doesn't have to run your life anymore. So that's just fabulous. And Michelle, are you making something? It looks really good. What are you making?
Yes. Sorry, I haven't eaten yet, and I just got home from work. It's a waffle with homemade strawberry compote that my stepson.
Is she making enough for all of us?
We're all hungry. That's great. Well, again, thank you, Nathan, Cheryl, Angel, and welcome to your new spiritual family. And we don't hold any judgments. We don't hold anything about the past. We have open hearts to you and welcome you, and hang on now for the ride of your life, baby, because you've just scratched the surface to all that God has to offer us in this wonderful world. Woo-hoo!
I'm ready.
Great. Who else wants to share? What are other goodies happening? What else is going on?
I do.
Was someone going to say something there? I don't know.
I do, Dr. Hank. It's Victoria.
Hey, Victoria. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. So I like to share. I've known you quite a while and always keep you right in the center of my head. I have been growing and I've been having a lot of fun things going on in life. And I always think of you, and it's about my thoughts. It's that sometimes your thought is your worst enemy. because of what other people said and all those kind of things. You may want to think good thoughts or something like that, but in your mind, you always hear what other people say, what they did, and or things that they said to you that you wasn't gonna, not gonna. So when you get your thoughts together on just focusing on good things, all the other stuff is going to happen anyway. But if you just focus on all the good things that you can see, it's not all about your finances or just anything, just simple things like just a pretty rose or just anything. You can take all things and find peace. No matter what's going around you, what's happening, you can just find peace. And so I have that peace, and I've opened my mind to just receiving good thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's helping me to get to the place where I long for. Most things it's going to be a process, but it's how you process it. And that's your thoughts, focusing on good things. So that's where I'm at now. And I have been in a place that wasn't very good, a dark place. And now I'm at a shiny place, just filled with sunlight and just great fun things. And I always find ways, and when a conversation or something is going on, I'm finding ways to just let people be them and say what they need to say, but let my thoughts be my thoughts. So that's taken me a long ways. Just respecting people for what they say, but you don't have to believe it or fall into it. You just let them say what they have to say, and you get your thoughts together, and you keep your thoughts together, and you focus on you, what God has for you, what you want, and not what other people want for you. So I'm there, and I thank you so very much for it.
Well, Victoria, that's just amazing. And yeah, you hit a key point there about this idea about allowing. And that's step 4 in the creative process. For step 1 is our thoughts, and those thoughts lead to our emotion. Those emotions are the signal, our communication to the universe, God, all that is. And God instantly receives our prayer and then responds to our prayer. And it's in this energy form, and it takes us to step 4. And so the only thing we need to do is think about what we want. Now it's in front of us, but what we desire, how we want it to be. And then step 4 to allow it. And Victoria just brought up such an amazing, incredible, important point, is to allow other people to be who they are. They actually are a blessing. They're part of the contrast that we came for. Sometimes people are, well, their opinion or the way they are is simply what we don't want. I'm going to mute everybody because I'm hearing a lot of dishes. And then if you do want to, just unmute yourself if you want to share. And so Victoria just this idea about, I call it step 4A, allow, believe, and expect. So allow it to happen. And there's wonderful things all the time happening, and allow other people to be who they are. And as you do, you'll start seeing that they're divine too, that it's a good point. Whether you agree with it or not doesn't matter. What matters is it helped you to get to the next thought on what you do want. And so it helps us all with clarity. Other people help us with clarity, and all other people help us to our desires. So a beautiful thing to write down is that I attract people that help me to my desires. And a lot of people will say, well, that's pretty selfish that you just attract people that help you to your desires. Well, first of all, this word selfish, you can only think and feel for yourself, nobody else. And when you do, you will thrive. And then all the people around you will thrive as well. So when I'm asking for, I want to attract people that help me to my desires, that means it's going to help them too. And it's a beautiful world. And so let's just ask simply for what we want. Did you all get that?
Really good.
Yeah, good. Other thoughts, comments?
I'd like to share, Dr. Hank, if I could.
Yes. Hey, Karen.
Hey, I've had the last few weeks have been really interesting because I kind of went through like a downfall and then kind of a brand new reawakening. And a lot of that was due to this Master Heart family. So thank you, everybody that shares with it. It really does help. But I did finally make my first promotion within the company. So I'm now a brand rep. Woohoo!
All right.
But I kind
Congratulations.
of changed, thank you. I changed my mindset. A couple things. I took out the word should on my vocabulary because I was getting really frustrated. I was working myself into a tizzy. And I should be, take that word out. So I've taken that word out and done a lot more of the attracting and the allowing and still going through the processes, but at a lot less of a fiery pace.
Yeah.
And some of it was because I had to, because I had different things that were running into, but mostly it was just kind of just a more relaxed pace. It's not, I had a hard time. I don't know how to explain this. I had a hard time kind of figuring out the difference between, because to me, and the way I was raised is your worth comes by what you do and your outcomes. So I was very outcome oriented on everything. And in so doing, I did find that I was not a good listener and that it was all, well, I have an agenda. And I was one of those people that was always thinking about my answer instead of just listening. And so those are a couple of things that I've changed. And it's made a big difference. If nothing else, it's made me, going in, like I remember you asking me one time, well, how does that make you feel? And so I'm asking myself that now all day long. And I'm trying to be very aware of, activities, thoughts, reactions, how that's making me feel. And if it's not making me feel good, then it's going away. So
Oh,
So
beautiful.
little baby steps, but they're good steps, and I feel like I'm moving, and I'm kind of changing my approach to a lot of different things, personally and professionally.
That's
And
beautiful.
but I feel good.
I feel good. Well, and all it is baby steps. All it is the next step, actually. You just need the next step, the next better feeling thought, the
Right.
next person that you're attracted to that comes to you, that next circumstance, next event. So we don't have to figure it out. It's not our job. Our job is not to figure out how to get what we want. Our job is to identify what we want and think about it, enjoy it.
One thing that was a difficult thing for me too.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to even be able to even identify my own emotions, much less identify what I wanted. So that's a process of baby steps as well.
Absolutely. Most people don't know what they want. They think they do. And, every desire that we have, it's only so because we believe it'll make us feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And why do we want to feel better? Because God, our higher power, the universe, is in pure joy. And we want to be with God in pure joy. And we can make a decision, just like Nathan was saying, that you can now think the thoughts that you want. And that I want to see joy. And that's a great one. I want to see joy today. Oh, if that isn't beautiful. I want to see joy in everything today. And Carolyn, boy, you just hit on so many wonderful things. And that, it's all about mindset. This has been proven. So it's not just, Dr. Hank, that this has been proven by science that everything starts, for our experience, for any of our dreams to happen. It all starts with our thought, our all powerful thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we realize that we can choose now, and what we've been told, you're right, we were brought up to, hey, you got to go work hard. And then we saw people and they worked hard and then, well, gee, they did get somewhere. Okay. They weren't very happy most of the time, but they got whatever. And so we thought that was the path. That's not the path. We're not supposed to do any of the work. The Father does the work. We're just supposed to think about what we want and why we want it, and then allow it in. And so this idea too that you mentioned about no more shoulds, no more have tos. You don't have to do, Facebook, dear Facebook, they threw me off of Facebook about, I don't know, a year and a half or something. And because mainly they didn't like the way that I empowered people and I grew my people organically without paying them money. That's kind of the bottom line. And so they threw me out of Facebook, and it was the best thing in the world. I don't need Facebook. I don't need any of that. In fact, it saved me all kinds of time, and and I was exposed to certain things I actually didn't want to be exposed to. It was kind of like watching the news. So, boy, I'm glad I'm off of this, And these friends, I had 5,000 personal friends, 25,000 or whatever business. I mean, probably a dozen I had a discussion with, right? I talked to, all the rest. I don't know, just exactly what kind of friend. But the point here is that we don't have to shoulds anymore. We don't have to work hard anymore. Because work hard, you got to do. And then what do we get? Do. Yeah. And I help more. I mean, that keeps my coaching business alive and well as I help people middle age. If they're, they got money and they got whatever. And they're like, they also got do. And they're not happy, and that because that isn't the path. And it is these things. It's not that being attached to the world and thinking these material things. Now, we'll get all the material things. God wants nothing more than to have all of us to be rich and have lots of money. And it's a gift from God, the money. But again, and we got all messed up about money. Okay, and that it's the root of all evil, misunderstanding of a biblical quote, and it's not a root of all evil, it's a gift from God. And then our emotions. Oh my God. Yeah, we aren't in most people aren't in connection with their emotion, which is our connection to God. And why? Because we got all messed up. And one of the ways that it got messed up is when it felt good, like when we were young teenagers and like sex, that we were told sex is no, don't do that. So we have sex, it feels good, but that's bad. And so we kind of flipped it around. What feels good is bad, and what's bad is good. If you understood that.
Right.
And the fact is that, hey, that you just stick to, being guided. We have a guidance system within us, and just feel good. And just, and at any moment, all of us have the power to feel good. And when we do, we're on our lighted path, and that'll raise our vibration and raise our energy. And which is what we all do here. When we get off here, we're all like on cloud nine, and it takes us through the whole week. And why is that? Because we're feeling good, and then we have momentum. And you kind of talked about that, Carolyn, momentum on going to what we want. Before we have momentum when we don't. And there's no end to that. It's a rabbit hole to hell.
Yes.
And we can instead go to the stairs of heaven. And it's all a matter of the guidance system that each one of us, like Nathan said, I've had it all along. Yeah. We've had this amazing ability to think about the way that we want it. And we also have had this guidance system, which is how we feel. And it's the perfect system to guide you everywhere. That's why we don't need to honor the God of other people's opinion. Yeah, I'm not going
Dr.
to.
Hay? Oh,
Please, yeah.
sorry. I have a question.
Yes.
So, like Carolyn, I was raised to work hard, which I'm very grateful for. But so I just want to clarify what you're teaching. We don't have to work hard, but we have to take action, and that action needs to be inspired action. Is that correct?
Very good. So 100% of everything that we desire, 100% of it comes from our thought. Now, in that process of our thoughts go to emotions, go to God, God has it in energy form, if you will, for us to allow, believe, and expect it, that we will be given an inspired action. And how do you know? And inspired in spirit. Okay. So an inspired action. So, an example would be, well, I'm going to go make 50 cold calls now and try to drum up my business. Don't do that. Okay. It's not inspired. It's not inspired. I don't care what pro tells you this is the way to success or whatever. That's their path. You have your own path. We each have our own path, and it's an easy path. And it's the path of most allowing, where we're just skipping along our merry way. So, but when you have an inspired thought, like, hey, I'm going to call, Mary Ellen or whoever, okay, and just run with that. It will take you to what you want when you just simply go by the inspired. And you might not be able to figure it out. You may say, I don't know why I'm calling her. She's like, going to help me with my business or whatever. And next thing you know, all these amazing things happen. And so it's keeping this open heart, and that's why we're the master heart family. There's nothing to guard. There's nothing to fear. And no more judgment either. Do not judge. And who do we judge the most? Ourselves. And in what way? Very negative. Yeah. So is that good, Robin?
Yes, thank you. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Inspired action, and it'll come from God. You don't have to think about it. All of a sudden it'll come. Oh, wow. I want to pick up the phone. I want to get in the car and go see somebody. That I want to just check this out and just go. And it's this intuition that we have that we've all been given. We just close it off. We're told that, when you see it, then you believe it. Doesn't work that way. Okay. When you believe it, you will see it. Yeah. Joey? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I just had something really quick, but I want to start by saying it sounds like you guys already, between you and Carolyn, already sang the song, so we could probably bypass that at the end of the session.
You're just getting out of the damn song again, Joey.
However I can, I'll keep trying. That these have
Joey
been
can
really,
sing it
really.
all by himself to all the rest of us.
That's a
Carolyn,
great
you're on
idea.
mute. I'm sorry. No, just really, really inspiring. Like everybody, the sharing that's happened and stuff. And it's funny, like Dr. Hank, is I kind of been following more of this where it's like I'm just putting down the thoughts that come from what I call my Antichrist and waiting for an inspired thought to come. And it comes for me from a feeling with a direction to it. And so I do that. And man, it's led to business opportunities for you and I both, Dr. Hank. Very easily it came about and went really well and smooth, and it's just amazing. And I went forward with that. And then I, for a long time, I've built this business on trying to go out and find people, find individuals that I can then help with my works I do and everything I put together. And it gets tough doing that. It's living from here, massive action, exhaustive efforts. And so as we were talking more and listening to the stories here and such, and even some of the people that aren't on here today. And I just kind of said, okay, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to quit living from here. And I'm just going to get into that flow and wait until I get in action. And over the last week, like so many things have showed up where it's like where I'm out looking for individuals that I can help. I've now been brought to a place where I'm finding groups I can partner with who have massive contact lists, who can then go out and bring individuals to me for the works I'm doing. And it all came about. It wasn't anything I could have put together through my best thinking. And so that's how I know it's intuitive. One of the ways I know it's intuitive. And all this stuff is happening and it's flowing and it's opening up. And then that other side kind of crept in a little bit where it's like, it's too easy. And the excitement builds so much where if I'm doing massive actions, I have a way to exhaust that energy. And it was just building up over the last week and a half where it's just like, and I don't know what to do with that. So a conversation with Dr. Hank last week, we were able to walk through that getting so excited. And I've seen my business go up before and then come back down and go up and come. So now that it's going up again, it's like I want to keep it there and continue and grow it and expand it. And it's like hitting against that and being aware of that. When I'm taking massive actions and going crazy, I don't even aware of those things like that. But going at the pace I'm going, where I'm allowing and stuff, it's like, man, this is getting so exciting. It's making me feel uncomfortable. And then we could have that conversation last week, and we could get into the things that we're touching on, like arrogance and who do you think you are, and things like that, that work against that kind of thing. So we can shift that, release that, and just continue going. And I have found that sitting with that excitement long enough, it builds more of a permanency than it does. Like, it always felt like it was going to build up so much, something bad was going to happen, you know, and that would drive it to something bad, right? Because that's the thinking, where it's like it builds more depth to it than it does a higher level of excitement to it. I don't know how else to explain it than that, but man, what a great discovery to have. And I've probably gone through this since I was 18, 19 years old with my very first business, with that up and the excitement and drive it down and up and down and stuff. So it feels really, really grateful to just be able to just be here and not, you know what I mean, and not have to direct it and guide it to where I feel comfortable with it, where I can feel comfortable with it as it is.
Yeah,
So
beautiful, Joey, beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that roller coaster of life. And then we can get off that roller coaster going up and down. Doesn't have to be that way anymore. It could just be a beautiful sailing, flying with your angels. And in this, like, Joey kind of alluded to, like, you know, who do I think I am? You know, I'm so cool, and oh, it's the ego, and you know, whatever. And the fact is, yeah, all of us are just amazing for these divine beings. And it is our responsibility. Biblically, it says, share your talents. It's our responsibility to go out and to show up. In fact, here's so yesterday, oh boy, in fact, let's all of us just close our eyes, just breathe in deeply, breathe in breaths, the breath of God. And as we release our breath, just say relax, and just get very relaxed. And as I would encourage you to just continue to breathe deeply, relax. I'm going to share first with you on Archangel Michael, who is the Archangel manifestation, who helps rid our fear. It's the only thing that is in our way. Breathe in. And the archangels, there's 7 of them, and kind of if you look at a flock of geese, the way they fly in that, the Archangel Michael is in the front. He's this blue, what's considered the most powerful, loving angel, archangel, and then with the 3 other angels at his side. And he shared with me the following that was intended specifically for us, Master Heart Family. And he said, let us release our judgment, release your analytical mind, and go to the spiritual, go to your heart. And when we embrace the world, we experience the struggle and chaos. So go to who you really are, divine spirit and love. Master Heart Family, you are awakening into a higher energy. The dense energy is being released. Become now innocent as children. Your mental abilities are now expanding, and focus and care about how you feel. Stay away from the shiny object. Listen to the wisdom and guidance within. We shall deliver you all the answers you want. And you know when this guidance is here, for you shall be inspired in spirit. So now release your fear, children of God. Speak up, show up, stand up because of your faith. Lose your way in this material world, and faith is the way to go within and have it all. And so some inspiring words from Archangel Michael for us. And I wanted to share a way, and we're going to go into a meditation here so you can, kind of stay where you are. If you do want to write down, I sent you an attachment of it in this, but remember it's our thoughts. And for most people, 80% of their thoughts, where everything is created in our life, that our thoughts are unwanted thoughts. And one way is to keep focus on more of the thoughts that we want is by understanding the meaning of numbers. And so I'm going to share with you what the meaning of numbers are. So like if you see a digital clock, I remember with Mike and Mike was asking about numbers. And one of the reasons why I'm bringing it up now is it is just a great tool that I do all the time. And it's just one of the techniques, if you will, to help me stay focused on my oneness with God. And Mike was telling me he was kind of rolling in bed, it was early morning and didn't know what time it was, whatever, but he was just thinking, kind of doing his joy shop in his bed. And when he turned over, the digital clock said 444. And I said, oh, that's fantastic, Mike, because the number 4 is for manifesting. And you got the trifecta, 444. And this was on Thursday. And later in the day, I have a couple digital clocks, like, on my microwave, on my stove, and there's one in the bathroom. And so I go to use the bathroom, and what does the clock say? 444. And this is synchronicity, when the numbers are together. And so you just want to bubble up about it. And that night I went to bed, and so this was Thursday night, I went to bed, and I woke up, went to the bathroom, 444. And I just went, this is so fun. So instead of me just being, thinking about whatever, then I'm thinking about manifesting my dreams and desires and what fun. And so I'm going to share with you the numbers, but we're going to do a meditation and sit in our soul in our meadow and kind of watch the numbers go by. But the number 1, so when you see 1, that's you, one with God, one with all that is. How beautiful is that? Huh? 2 is me and God. So me and I like to call God my inner being, the kingdom within you. Christ was asked, where is your God? And God is within me. And so our kingdom is within us. I love the letter number 3. It's for mind, body, and spirit. Okay, number 3, mind, body, and spirit. Number 4, manifest. Number 5, creativity. And again, I sent it, if you receive my email that I sent as an attachment, or just you can email me at drhank@drhank.biz, B-I-Z, and I'll be happy to send you the recap of this. But I'm glad you're writing it down in order to really start internalizing it, because you'll see you're going to start having a party every time you look at a clock. And every time you're looking, it's like, oh, that, and see, the better you feel, the better that things will be for you. And so remember, God responds to how we feel. So if I feel good about seeing my 3 birds today come and literally, I think they think I'm their dad, that because they got out of the nest and had seen me in the nest and now they're flying around. Well, they literally flew 5 feet from me into a tree in our garden, and we're singing away, and I know their voices and everything. And so when I feel that way and I feel so good, then more money comes to me too, okay, because that makes me feel good. More wonderful relationships, friendships come my way. Big happy surprises come my way. So it's all about what am I putting into this amazing, beautiful mind of mine. And so again, as you're just looking at numbers, so 5 is creativity, number 6 is perfection. And a lot of us say, oh, I'm not perfect, I'm just human. Oh, no. All of us are made in the image and likeness of God, and that everything is playing out perfectly. And when all of us transition back into the non-physical, we'll see our lives and we'll see that everything actually worked out perfectly, played out perfectly. It gave us the growth that we wanted to put the eternity into everything. It gave us more freedom and mankind more freedom. It gave us more joy. And so you will see that everything is actually playing out perfectly. And so 6 is perfection. 7 is biblical number, 7 the 7 days of the week, 7 archangels, 7 chakras, which sometime we'll go through the 7 chakras, 7 colors of the rainbow. Okay, 7 is a magical number, and 7 is for live full. So it's life, 7 days of the week, and it's life. And then number 8 is infinite. And then each one of us are infinite beings. Oh, how beautiful is that? And then the number 9, like I just go crazy over number 9, all excited and happy because it's 3, 3, 3, the trifecta 3 times, okay? And it's a trifecta of life. And it's just like, oh, wow. We're all the lucky ones. We're all the chosen ones. Okay. And then, you just get, so 9, I just go bonkers over. And then 0 is a circle of life. It's a beautiful circle of life. Like, look at your life and be born and going through this beautiful circle and then being born again now, awakening. Yeah, we're all awakening. Like Archangel Michael shared that message with us. We all are awakening, and we're understanding our magnificence and the beauty and the love and just the sweetness of life. So with that, let's go and into our souls. And so I would invite all of you to just close your eyes. Breathe in deeply. And breathe out. And just relax, relax, relax. Breathe in again, 5 seconds in. And as you release, just say, at ease, the meek shall inherit the world. You're becoming very meek. We're in a pure state of allowing, and step forward to allow all of our dreams to come forth now. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, just relax the top of your head, relax your eyes, your jaw. Just relaxation is flowing down through our bodies now, down our feet, roots into Mother Earth, that makes us magnets. go all that we. And let's go on top of that beautiful white spiral staircase. It's a staircase that leads us down into our soul, into the kingdom within us. And just start walking down, going deeper and deeper, feeling God's love in you, through you, and all around you. Breathe in and breathe in. Get very soft, quiet the chatter, quiet your mind. Become still. Become the eye of the storm now as we go down into our soul. Going down to the last step of the spiral staircase, looking at a beautiful meadow. It's a beautiful spring, fresh day. God's light is shining on us. As it looks, it appears like the sun is on us. It's God's light shining. To smell the fresh air. Feel God's breath that breathes across our cheek. So quiet, so calm, so happy, so at peace. And we lay down now in this beautiful meadow. This gold plants all around it. Beautiful flowers, beautiful meadow. And we lay down in this meadow. We feel the comfort of God just holding us and loving us in the meadow. God's meadow. We look up, we see angels flying down. They just love us. All this loving energy of the universe is here with us now. Here for us to call forth, to invite, or the inviters, our invitation. And we now only invite, go on into loving the angelic energies of the universe. We hear the harps of the angels. They're playing. We hear the birds singing. The angels sing. And as the heavens part now, as we lay in this meadow, that these beautiful divine numbers begin to float out. And the number one now floats out. And so this white, shiny, beautiful one, representing the oneness that we are with God and all that is. One comes into our heart. And we look up, and out of the heavens come the beautiful number two. It's us, and with us, within us, our soul. We are at one with our inner being. Just love this oneness. There's nothing to do. There's no more work. There's no more shoes. No more have tos. Just the number two as it flows into our hearts now. Is there forever with us. With and at one with our inner being, with God. And now, beautiful number three, and how we love and speak and think good about our mind and our spirit, that which is our emotions. And we love that number three coming from the heavens. Our mind, body, and spirit now entering into our just love the number three and who we are, so divine. It's amazing bodies, amazing minds, amazing spirit. And now we look up in the number 4 and manifesting, and we just love 4 as 4 manifested all of our dreams into our experience now. And 4 now floats down into our, and we are the masters of manifesting. And now 5 comes through the heavens, and it's creativity. And we are more creative than we have ever been. We expand our imagination and creativity for more answers and more solutions to our desires as 5 floats in so divinely, with angels carrying it right in to our. And we look up as we are so, feel so good. We're so comforted, so loved. We feel such peace. And we look in the heavens, and 6 comes up. The perfection of us, the perfection of God, and all that is. That we have made our lives perfect, and we make it even better now. Oh, and that 6 floats into our hearts in a perfect way for its perfection of who. And we look up, and here's beautiful 7. The 7 of the 7 archangels, the 7 colors of the rain, the 7 days of the week, and how we now live life fully. We show up, we stand up, we rise up, and raise our vibration, our thoughts to better and better feeling thoughts, and we live this life fully the way we intended it now, as 7 guides into our heart now, so gently, so easily, as we live life fully. And the 8 comes out of the heavens, the infinite us. We have life everlasting, that all those that have walked before us are with us, that all that is with us now and forevermore, with the beautiful 8, the infinite of us and all that is, as it comes into our heart. Our beautiful heart embraces and loves the infinite of who we are. And number 9 comes out of the heavens. And 9 is a trifecta, the 3 by 3 by 3. The amazing magical way that we have become to be able to think and then allow everything that we want to flow into us, releasing judgment, releasing fear, as Archangel Michael has asked us to do. And 9, the trifecta of life that we now embrace. And the angels guide that 9 into our heart. And finally, the 0, the circle of life. We're in this beautiful circle of life together. Let us all stand in the circle now, hold each other's hands with their amazing bodies, their amazing minds, amazing spirit. And it is the beautiful circle of life. We know that there is life ever after. And so thus we rejoice now in our lives, in the lives of everyone and everything and every circumstance, that we rejoice in these numbers. We now bless these numbers that are in our heart. They've touched our minds now, where we think of the divine on every number that we see. And magical numbers will appear to us now as we're allowing that. And it'll raise our vibration and raise our point of attraction to all the things that we want. The good life is here and now for us as we sit and lay down in our meadow, just enjoying, seeing the angels flying by, seeing the heavens parted now, for all your dreams are marching to you in an easy, lovingly way and flowing to you, where we are magnets. We are the attractors. We are the inviters. Now it's divine that we want. And this is now so. Breathe in deeply. Take in God's light. You're just feeling so good. So on top of the human, top of life now. The roller coasters over, the battles over. And we are now free. Free to think and be, do and have all that we want. Get up and we rise up. We rise up now because we realize who we are, the magnificence of who we are, as we just float up those beautiful, beautiful spiral staircase now. And we float up to the beautiful white door of life. And we knock on the door, and the door opens to life as we walk in and welcome this beautiful, amazing, abundant life to us now. And so it is done. Amen. I invite you back into the room now. You can open up your eyes and tell me any thoughts. What did you like best about that? Woo. I feel good, like I knew that I would. Yeah, so good, so good. Now, Joey, it's your time, baby.
I can take the time away from Joey so he doesn't have to sing.
Okay, everybody, unmute. And we've invited our hearts in. We've invited
Our hearts in.
Now it's time for our dreams to begin. Now
It's time for our dreams to begin.
We are now leading with heart.
We are now leading with heart.
And this is how to live life smart.
And this
This
is how
is
to
how
live
to
smart.
life smart.
And we're just going to do a one-time sound off.
Sound off.
1, 2.
1, 2. Okay, I like that. Sound off. 3, 4. The numbers, baby, they're coming. Our Master Heart family. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
All right, everybody. Love you. Thanks for coming. See you next week. And know that everything you want is coming your way. Love you all. Take care.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.